Howdy, y'all, and welcome to another episode of Project D3. I am your host, Piper, paying the piper if you please. Last episode I mentioned I might go run around and hunt a Renamon egg down. Well, I did. I also tried hatching those 3 Itmon eggs we got from a few episodes ago. 5 to 10 Itmon eggs later, I finally, with a great deal of help and data contributed by a person who would prefer to remain anonymous, but who watches the show. Hi! Got a 4-5 Itmon. 105%, 126 centimeters. Your standard layout, 4-4-5. Woohoo. Also, managed to unlock him all the way up to Beelzemon. Questionable if I'll unlock his blast mode. It's kinda iffy at the moment. But the one thing I really want to talk about is, do you recall, perhaps you might not, when I talked about the issue of hatching eggs, and that sometimes it's a bloody pain to hatch the dang thing? Allow me to use Renamon as an example. I said, hey, I know, I'll go hunt down a Renamon, won't be that bad, takes 10 beast data per attempt to input data. Okay, well, that can't be too terrible. Man, was I wrong. I'm going to guess anywhere between 8 and 15 Renamon eggs later, I went to our anonymous donor and said, dude, this is just not cutting it. And he's like, okay, well, you've got how many more eggs left? Alright, try and hatch that one, and then buy a cash shop egg. And I'm like, I just barely got enough cash to buy a cash shop egg. Because Christmas money came in. Yay, Christmas! And I was able to buy Evolutors. And had just enough for 1 egg. And I'm like, watch, this is going to be a 3-5. And he's like, no, come on, try and hatch the egg. I tried, it shattered on the first go. Curse you! And then I buy the cash shop egg. And I scan it. And this is what showed up. Uh-huh. That is a very big fox. We thought Bugsy at 5'5" was big? No, Renamon is like huge at 5'5". Yeah, I scanned the cash shop egg going, oh great, Joymax is gonna like totally, you know. But no, 5'5", champion. And I'm just sitting there going, holy... I can't repeat what I said, but it just... Yeah, 121%. Just... Yeah. So... I had enough for 6 more Evolutors, which knocked me up to unlocking Talmon, but I need another 3 to pop open Sukiyamon. So, they also use the Japanese names for her attack. So, Fox Arrow is her Foxfire or something or other. I need to watch those episodes again. But yeah, welcome to the joy of hatching eggs. Yeah, no. There was no joy in trying to hatch those eggs. Seriously, just none. I got Renamon to 3-5 twice. Twice, I tell you. And it's like, oh no, I'm just gonna shatter now. You're not gonna get a 4-5, sorry, nope. And then, of course, the cash shop egg is like, oh, well, I'm going to be extraordinarily nice, and I'm going to give you a 5-5. And I'm just sitting there going, what the flip? I just got a 5-5 out of the cash shop. Which kind of dovetails nicely to what else I'd like to talk about while I finish these quests we picked up last week. Subjectively speaking, because last week for you guys will have been a couple of weeks in recording time. Ooh, black powder is done. The price of data. Okay, now for Dragon Data, I can understand why people would want Dragon Data, and that attack sounds like a dragon roaring, I swear. Why people would want to sell Dragon Data at pretty high prices. 1M to Strike, Reverse, anywhere from 900 to 900 bits to 1 M per data. So if you're trying to hatch, for example, Agumon, who takes 5 data per attempt. We're talking Agumon Classic, not Agumon Savers. Anyway. Of which should be another note, I'll get to it in a minute. So, if you're attempting to hatch a hypothetical Agumon Classic, which takes 5 dragon data per, you would then need, for 2 tries, 10 data, which would then cost you 5 megabytes if you're selling at 500. If you're doing it 1 megabyte per data purchasing power, then it would cost you 10 megabytes. Makes sense. Dragon data is hard to come by. For all they say, oh yeah, Monodramon is able to drop now, have not confirmed. They are really, really not so nice with the whole dropping of dragon data. And again, I haven't tried to fight a lot of dragons recently, so you never know. Anyway. What I don't get is why beast data has suddenly rocketed in price as of the time of this recording. They're like, oh yeah, we want 1 megabyte per beast data. You want... what? No, seriously, you want... what? 1 megabyte per beast data. It's ridiculous, in my opinion. Utterly and completely ridiculous. Because, let's go for the most popular egg there is, Gabumon. That takes 5 beast data per attempt. It's extreme. It's insane. It's painful. Let me just get right out and say it. It's painful. Why do I feel like we've been here before? I have been grinding way too much if this is starting to look repetitive. Ugh, okay. Oh, that's the other thing that reminded me of. Hachi means 8. In Japanese. Just throwing that out there for anybody wondering why I named a nine-tailed fox a... Anyway. Ah, yeah, and at the beginning of the episode, if I've done my editing right, you should have seen me hatching Arctic, the Impmon, and Hachi here. I almost, and I fully admit to this fact, was so blown away by the fact she was a 5-5, I almost didn't hit the record button. Hehe, oops. So let's continue on with our quest collection. We have Greymon of Justice. For great justice! Yeah. Reference to Season 1, perhaps? Moving on. Hideout where your friend hangs out. Anyway, quick update with the holiday cash that was so kindly given to me by Santa and various relatives. I was able to, like I said, unlock up to Talmon for Renamon here. Get all the way up to Beelzemon, not Blast Mode Beelzemon, hello. That requires something completely different that I don't have the cash for. I was able to get up to Beelzemon with Imp, Arctic, down there, who's chilling. And let me see here. Opened up War Greymon on our Agumon Classic. Now I've heard various reports that Agumon Classic is not as tough as one might hope he would be. I cannot confirm or deny that, since I haven't been playing very much with him. But we'll see. Anyway. Oh, All Force Veedramon? I admit I splurged a little bit and bought a second Veemon egg. Yes, I'm not much of a nerd. And got a 4-5. I may have mentioned this before. It's been too long since my last recording. I don't remember if I mentioned it before. Anyway, let's go ahead and finish up Greymon of Justice. Hope my friend is okay. Get up, blah. Yes, he does. I don't want to work with him. Frigimon is my friend. A hint to go to the next area. We'll continue that shortly. We gotta turn in a few other quests first, and closer is Starmon of Passion. Right, now where was I? I have no idea what I was saying before we started this conversation. I haven't recorded in a while. Yeah, that's one thing. I tend to do these recordings pretty far in advance so I can keep a week-to-week schedule. I do read your comments and check in with what you're saying, so... Yay! Renamon to 14. This has now become a daily quest. What's the reward? 1M 414-bit. So if you start looking pretty low on cash, come on and do these. Suspicious reconnaissance mission. Wanted Deputy-Mon. Now, where is Wanted Deputy-Mon? Well, we could always... Nope. Here we are. Clicky. Find! Remember, if ever you are hopelessly lost, find is your friend. Unless you're trying to hunt for Renamon, at which point they're all over the friggin' map, and you are hopelessly never going to find them. Yeah, All-Force Featuremon, that's what I was talking about. My main character, Mizuchi, has All-Force Featuremon now. A 4-5. Dude is friggin' tall. And epic. Big time on the epic. But he's also very tall. Rather interesting. I'm sorry you can't ride on guys who are bipedal, because I swear it would be epic to, like, sit on his shoulder and just fly around. That, I mean, dude, seriously. Map. Going back to Starmon of Passion. I do plan on getting Hachi a Rider Ring, which will set me back 500 megabytes. Guess what I don't got. Or, if they're still going for anywhere between 100 and 300 megabytes, a mode selector, I believe is what it's called. Let's see here. Open. I said open. Thank you. Rider Wing or mode selector, yeah. So, one mode selector. People may be asking why I went to go and get Hachi when I've got Extinct, who's a data type as well, straight through. Simply put, Extinct's a 3-5. There's... I believe I've tried to emphasize this comparison before, but seriously, it just... 5 Deputy-Mon and 5 Deputy-Mon leader, that'll be simple as pie, but... Whoa! Hi! There's one of the bosses for the appearance of this zone. Anyway. Seriously? It's almost been 15 minutes already? Wow, time sure does fly. Okay, let's go turn in these quests, and then we will go ahead and call it. I think I'll also go ahead and pick up the daily, but yeah. There is quite literally no comparison between Extinct's abilities and Hachi's. Hachi is a 5-5 at 121%. Extinct is at something like 74%. The gap is huge. And honestly, I was aiming for a 4-5 Renamon, except the eggs never hatched. So... oh, goody. Let's deal with this cesspool. Did you just do that for nothing? No, Kurata. I just did that for nothing. Well, I did it for 1 megabyte and 270 bits. Oh, you'll also notice that my level has kind of like jumped since last week's recording. Grinding! You are late. I don't want to comment your work. Comment your work, but you are always late. Yes, thank you. Hi! Let's switch over to Arctic for a little bit so he can soak up some EXP. One more. Well, 2 more anyway. Bring him Greymon's Fang. He wants to know what it's made out of. Could he be building a super weapon? Anyway. Okay, this one, the trap installation, does throw people, and I can completely understand why it throws people, because they're not exactly the clearest on explaining this shiz. Wait, Yeep! Okay. When you enter this area, specifically when you enter the area with the Deputy Mon, an event will trigger, and I am running over time. But this goes into the Pawn Chessmon, and we will be picking that up next episode. Until then, do Pawn Chessmon Black Quest Line. Talk to you guys later!